I'm Aspacia. This is my husband, Richard. We are proud owners of Penguin City Brewing Company. We're bringing you a different type of show today. Let's call it Craft Brew Festival coverage. Craft beer festivals provide the opportunity for craft brewers to showcase different craft beers to the public. One of our favorite festivals is the annual Winter Warmer Fest presented by the Ohio Craft Brewers Association. We're at one of the OCBA's special events right now.
We are here at Winter Warmers Eve at Windows on the River. This is an elevated experience held the night before the Winter Warmer Festival. The Winter Warmers Eve gives us exclusive first tastes of rare, strong, and show-stopping beers from 20 of the festival's most popular breweries. Each brewery has chosen 2 special beers to showcase on this lovely night.
Do you think we need 2 episodes for this night?
20 breweries, 2 beautiful beers each. Yeah, let's do it.
The ingredients in this show are the people who craft the brew, the local businesses they support, some did you know in the craft brewing industry, and the crafting of your taste.
On tap in the industry means ready to be poured. On tap also means to be ready.
Let's get on tap to learn how craft brewing is more than just beer.
Craft breweries,
Local businesses.
your communities, on tap.
You're watching
More than just beer.
We're here with Vaughn of Bookhouse Brewing. He's the owner and brewer. Vaughn,
Yep.
what's the name mean, Bookhouse?
So Bookhouse, we kind of look at it as a reflection on having thoughtful hospitality. That's kind of the core mission statement.
Okay.
Bookhouse as a space is a place where we want people to meet friends, to have a conversation, to enjoy themselves, right? And these seem like simple things, but we try to create an environment where it's really conducive to that.
Okay.
We don't have TVs. We have a focus on conversation, community, right? These kinds of things. So that's kind of the Bookhouse picture.
Oh, it sounds great. Sounds
Yeah.
like somewhere I'd like to go hang out and
Sure. Yeah.
put a few back and chill out.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. What beers did you bring today?
So today, on this first day of Winter Warmer, we've got our Eau de Flamse Krieken beer. It's the very last of this beer. It's a special barrel-aged beer with a variety of yeast and bacteria that gives it some acidity. We have local cherries that it macerated on from Quarry Hill Orchards in Berlin Heights, and that's contributing a good bit of that kind of cherry and pie character.
Okay.
The second beer we have today is called Reasons to be Cheerful. It's a barrel-aged Belgian quad. It's aged in Willett Family Distillery barrels. Big, robust, malty, bourbon forward.
Okay.
Nice for a kind of transitional winter beer. So
I haven't tried that one yet, but man, the Eau de Flamse, it's bright.
Yeah.
It shines. I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Sounds like you put a lot of work into that one.
well, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we did, but it's also when I approach barrel aging and barrel aged beer, I try not to force anything. I try to just kind of let things come together, and it's kind of we look at it as being a shepherd to the liquid, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah,
It's
but a lot of patience, I guess, is right what we
Yeah.
put into it. Yeah,
It shows.
yeah,
Yeah, he didn't pull it too soon, so yeah, it's
Yeah,
delicious.
thanks. Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank you.
All right. So what is, let's see, a favorite beer to brew?
My favorite beer to brew, honestly, I would probably say Pilsner.
Okay.
Traditional Czech Pilsner. It's a pretty boring answer, but
That's a boring answer. I just had a conversation earlier where if I could only pick one style of beer to drink
Yeah.
ever again,
Yeah.
it'd be a premium Czech Pils.
Yeah.
I just love
That's-
that bright finish, that nice little hoppy bitterness.
yeah. And that's one of those things. It's like it's simple, but it's also you can so easily kind of make the wrong move or something, and it's
Yeah.
the balance is thrown off or whatever. So
I've definitely made some
Devil's in
wrong
the
moves
details.
with lighter beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy.
yeah.
Excellent. So is there a particular hop variety that you just couldn't live without?
Oh wow, hops. Hop variety I couldn't live without. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if there's one variety, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's more. I really have an appreciation for old European hops,
Okay.
for German hops, for English hops, for Czech hops, all of these things that are grown in really small quantities and have a really distinctive character to them.
Yeah.
You know?
And you could usually use more of them too,
Yeah.
without going overboard.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good. And one more question. What does craft brewing mean to you? And how is it more than just beer?
I say that we want people to enjoy the beer, but to not obsess over the beer.
Okay.
The beer shouldn't be the thing that you're pulling apart and dissecting and looking at every last piece of.
Oh, yeah.
It should be the thing that connects you to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of my answer for that. Is what is more of it is, it's a connector, it's a social lubricant, it's a conversation starter, and that's where we want the focus to be, is on being with other people.
Yeah.
Rather than and it's fine to like be really detail oriented.
Yeah.
But I just think it should be kind of secondary to that human connection.
I think that's great because it is more fun to discuss a beer and have a fun discussion rather than like tear it apart and critique it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Especially if you're the brewer and you happen to be eavesdropping. So.
Well, see, but that's just it. I can tear apart my own beer just
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
I don't need anybody's help to do
Exactly,
that.
I do that to myself a whole lot. But
Yeah.
hey, thank you very much.
Sure.
Great to meet you, and thanks for the sample here. It's a beautiful beer.
Sure.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, we are here with Tim from Thirsty Dog, and he does specialty bottling and also works on events. And I am so excited because I love Thirsty Dog beers. So, Tim, why don't you tell me, what did you bring to the Warmers Eve today?
So today we have our bourbon barrel-aged Wee Heavy. It's a Scottish ale, and the Wee Heavy is an imperial, so we use a bigger grain bill, more alcohol, and that brings more flavor. And then we bourbon barrel age it for 6 to 10 months, and then that brings in more alcohol, more flavors from the barrel aging. We also have a sour ale. It's a Berliner watermelon sour ale. What we do is we barrel age that with yeast that's in the barrel. We reuse those barrels,
Yeah.
and that wild yeast in there brings that sour flavor, and that makes the sour flavor. Sours are a different variety of beer than all other beers. We're actually spoiling the beer. So think of it like as a yogurt beer. We're spoiling the beer, but we're doing it controlled and making the flavors come out the way we want them to.
And you have a sour house, right?
Yes, we have a sour house. It's open Thursdays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
And it's all sours, dedicated to sours.
And that's what this is.
That's what you're drinking right now. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If you like sours, this is definitely one to try. Tell me, what is your favorite beer style?
So I like IPAs. We do a blood orange IPA that is just turned my life around. I call it my lawnmower beer. So every time I mow the lawn, I drink one of those beers. So we have one of the best lawns in our city. So
So, what does craft brewing mean to you, and why is it just more than just beer?
craft brewery to me is an art form. I look at it, everybody here is an artist, and you're bringing their personal style. So beer is a basic recipe. Everybody, it's pretty much the same, but it's the little nuances. I put it as like a baker. So you're bringing different flavors of a cake. We're bringing different flavors of beer, and it's such an art form that little small changes can make a huge difference in the beer. And it's just amazing to all these different breweries around here all have the same recipe but bring so many different flavors. And I just love that about brewing.
That's
craft
why
beer.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim.
Oh,
It
thank
was
you.
nice talking to you.
You too.
Hello, we're here with Mike of Masthead Brewing Company. Mike, name of the brewery. How'd you guys come up with it? What's it mean?
When we it was kind of the last thing we figured out when we were starting to open a brewery.
Okay.
And it was a situation where we wanted a name that tied us to Cleveland. Cleveland's really important to us, but we didn't want it to be too overt. We went through thousands of names through this process, and the story that we landed on was, it's kind of a longer story, but in 1798, Moses Cleveland landed on the banks of the Cuyahoga, set up the Western Reserve, set up Cleveland, kind of got the borders set up and everything. By 1831, it was a village of about 1,000 people, and its second newspaper was getting ready to start up, the Cleveland Advertiser. The thing about this was they got like their fonts, their paper, their printing presses, and all their typefaces together, and they realized when they went to print that their name, the Cleveland Advertiser, was a little too long to fit on the masthead of their newspaper.
Okay.
So they dropped an A from the name of Cleveland. And we thought that was just like a really kind of badass story that we really wanted to channel that energy. So we used the name Masthead. We have the A underlined to sort of commemorate the fact that they dropped that out of the name to make sure that their business could work. They were successful enough that they changed the name of the city. It's kind of a cool little story.
That is cool. Tell me about the beers you brought today.
Yeah. So we've got a West Coast Pilsner. It was originally a collab with Breakside Brewing Company.
Okay.
Out in Portland, Oregon. They're one of our favorite breweries. We did a collab with them out at Hop Selection last year. We brewed it there. And then we took the recipe and we brewed it at Masthead for our anniversary. That was at the beginning of February. So has Strata and HBC 586. It's super crisp, super dry, super light, but has a big West Coast hop flavor. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get a lot of hop flavor, but you also get the dry, crisp, like sort of quenchability of a Pilsner. And then, the second beer we have, Weller Underverse Reserve. It's one of our favorite Imperial Stouts, Underverse, aged in Weller barrels for 18 months. It's super dense, super fudgy, a lot of vanilla and coconut notes from the barrel. We find that the wood is really balanced with the sweetness, so it ends up not being such a syrupy bomb, but it's a really balanced Imperial Stout.
Okay.
But it clocks in at 15.8%, so you
Oh,
definitely have
man.
to be a little reserved with yourself.
Yeah. 18 months, that's such a long time, and you have to be so patient. And then, I don't know, you can think about like how horrible it would be. You wait 18 months and you taste it, and you're like, it's all right. But I'm sure this one's going to be amazing.
This one came out really nice. Yeah, we were pretty stoked about it.
I'm going to taste that one. I'm sure it's all your beer. I've only had extremely delicious Masthead beers.
Oh, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
So, what's a favorite beer of yours to brew and or drink?
Right now, West Coast IPAs and Pilsners have been kind of my top two things that
Okay.
we're really enjoying. So that's why the West Coast Pils is really hitting.
Yeah.
But
Hitting me too really well.
we've really been liking dry West Coast IPAs and dry Pilsners
Okay.
for sure.
Excellent. Is there a hop or malt variety that you feel like you just couldn't live without in your brewing life?
Oh, I mean, I think it's everybody's. It's Citra,
Okay.
If there's one hop you can't live without for sure. But,
That's a big one. It's just so
But
pleasant.
but we really we like a wide variety of hops. I mean,
Mhm.
we're out in Oregon and Washington for usually 2 weeks every fall to really see the harvest, take it in, visit a few suppliers, do selection. Like, it's very important to us. That's definitely where
nice.
our heart is. So in that
Excellent.
sense, yeah.
Cool. I think I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
So, what does craft brewing mean to you, and how is it more than just beer?
Yeah, I think craft brewing, it's to me, it really is something that brings people together. That's what it's always been for me. It's been this thing that kind of brings people together from all different walks of life, and it kind of gives us a common ground where we can really, hang out, talk about something really unique, enjoy like the hard work that a lot of people have put in to make it And there's just a feeling you get when you're with someone else who loves craft beer. That's just like, it feels like home.
It is a hard day's work too.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely,
when you
for
actually
sure.
do it.
For sure.
There's a lot of work involved.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
excellent.
But
Thank
it's
you
worth
very
it.
much.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, man. Thank you.
Cheers.
I'm here with Matthias, owner of Avon Brewing Company. So, Matthias, tell me, where's Avon Brewing Company and how long have you been a brewery?
Well, cheers. Thanks for having us on your show tonight. So Avon Brewing Company is west of Cleveland on Route 90 in Avon. So we're on 611 or Stony Ridge Road, around the corner of 611 and Detroit Road, the old French Creek Tavern, kind of an iconic spot there on the French Creek.
Nice.
Yeah, we've been there for 8 years. We opened in 2016.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so, yeah, it's crazy.
And that's 8 years. I can't believe that's.
Think about that for a minute, right?
I know, right?
Lots happened in that time.
I know. So what beers did you bring today for Warmer's Eve?
So tonight we brought our barrel-aged Christmas Miracle, which is our kind of iconic Christmas ale. And we also brought our bourbon barrel-aged Clash of Clans, which is our Imperial Shilling Ale, which I think you're drinking right now. So this is a kind of a mix between a red ale and a Shilling Ale, a Scottish ale, and a Irish red ale.
Okay.
I'm Scottish, and we did this collaboration a long time ago with Vaughn over at Bookhouse, and he's Irish. So we barrel aged this in Cleveland whiskey barrels, and it comes in at 10.5%. You get that kind of maltiness, a little bit of red of the Shilling, and then you also get that kind of oakiness of the barrel from Cleveland whiskey. So nice and balanced.
It is. It's really good. Like
Thank you.
yes, I could definitely taste that.
Little oaky, little bourbon, little maltiness, kind of just a nice rounded beer.
And I love the collaborations. Like
Yes.
just doing collaborations with other breweries. I think that's just a really cool thing.
That's the whole point of the process, right? So I think we've done collaborations with almost everybody in the local area.
Yeah.
I know you were talking over with Masthead. We've done collaborations with them and Vaughn and pretty much everybody in the area, because that's the whole point, right? Is collaboration. I think that the beer scene in our area is not only eclectic, but it's also a family.
Yeah.
And so as we work together, we share ideas and ingredients, hops, barley, grain, yeast. We get together on a regular basis. We are friends. And so really the idea of collaboration is born out of who we are as breweries in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, most definitely.
Sure.
And what's your favorite beer style?
So that's a huge
I know.
loaded question. As a brewer, I would say that I kind of waffle between two.
Okay.
My current favorite, and really if I'm drinking beer, as you can see, I'm drinking a sparkling hop water. I think
'Cause you
it's
have
important
to.
do that, right?
Yes.
And kind of keep that moderation, understanding the whole process. But I'm a haze head. I love hops. I'm a hoppy guy, man. So if you're looking at today's and this Brewers Eve event over here at Fatheads, they have a really dank
They do.
IPA, and I love dank hops. And so that's awesome. I love hazies, and we brew a lot of hazies at Avon because I'm a hop head. But I also love the delicacy of a really, really good Pilsner. So, making a beer that you can't hide anything with is just a really good experience and refreshing and drink on a regular basis. So
Nice. So what does craft brewing mean to you, and why is it more than just beer?
that's a great question. So craft brewing for us is family. I talked about it before. Our brewery in Avon is owned by family. It's myself, my brother-in-law, and my father-in-law. And we opened it up because we were a family who got together to brew beer and eat food. My brother's a chef, I'm a brewer, and so our hashtag is welcome to the family. That's our motto. And if people come to our restaurant or our brewery, they come for the beer, stay for the food, maybe come for the food, and stay for the beer. And we always say to the tables, have you been here before? Welcome to the family. And that's what craft beer is. It has nothing to do with opening a bar or a restaurant. It's the family atmosphere. It's the opportunity to celebrate life together.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I'm here with Macy of Sonder Brewing.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Better
Good.
with beer?
Oh, it is. Yeah, I got mine here. Take a sip in a bit. I like your pattern on
Yeah,
your
you have
shirt.
really great taste.
Thank you. Very nice. So Sonder Brewing. What's the meaning?
Yeah, so Sonder, the definition essentially is the realization that every person is uniquely crafted. So we take that philosophy into our beer. We put care into every beer we do. Every beer is a little different, Yeah.
Oh, that's really
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, no person is the same. Why should any beer be?
No, and like on our level, it's even hard to duplicate the same beer anyway if you wanted to, right? It's like
Exactly, yeah.
maybe just slight differences.
A lot of brewers, I'm sure, hold their recipes close to their chest, so everyone puts their own unique spin on it.
Oh yeah, of course. Awesome. What beers did you bring today?
Yeah, so we brought a barrel-aged chocolate cherry stout, which aged for 23 months in bourbon and brandy apple barrels.
Wow.
So it's like very boozy, cherry, a lot of that chocolate flavor coming out.
Yeah.
And we have a Hefeweizen, which is part of our rotational core beers.
That's this one. I had a few sips and it is very nice.
Yeah, you got that nice bubblegum banana flavor, that subtle clove coming out. It's great.
Oh yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, sometimes in America it's hard to find a nice one. This one's beautiful.
Yeah, Chase does a great job with his team following the traditional German brewing styles. So
Yeah, it's really good.
really revel in that.
Nice and delicate.
Try our Kolsch if you get a chance. It's so good.
I hope I can someday. Excellent. What's a favorite beer of yours to either drink or brew?
I can't say that I take anything in the brewing aspect. I'm marketing, so they make my job easy. Their beer is beautiful. All I gotta do is take pictures of it and tell everybody about how amazing it is. But definitely Boss. It's very versatile. You could do it during any of your daily activities. It's great in the winter. It's great in the summer.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Good to know. And then finally, so what does craft brewing mean to you, and how is it more than just beer?
That's a great question. Yeah, so, kind of the way Sonder, everyone is uniquely crafted. Everyone is different. I take that in my own personal definition of what craft beer is. Friendship, essentially. Everybody's coming from different backgrounds, different stories you know nothing about. You can just sit down, all differences aside, and enjoy beer together. I think it really it's a good connector between different people.
It is. A bit of a lubricator at times. And it's nice.
It's a lot easier if you have a beer. You can at least talk about that if you don't know what else to talk about.
Yeah, it's a nice icebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Enjoy.
There are many craft brewers in your community, so take a visit and explore your local craft brewers. If you have any questions and want to learn more, please visit morethanjustbeer.com. We'd like to thank you for watching More Than Just Beer.
Cheers, everybody.
Remember to enjoy responsibly. Thank you for watching
More Than Just Beer. This is a production of the Socially Good TV Network.